Hi, I'm Bob Hagan, and welcome to the Bob Hagan Show, brought to you by It's Relevant. The goal of our show is to introduce you to the unsung heroes, movers and shakers, and key influencers in and around the various towns of Fairfield County. Enjoy the show. On today's show, I'm honored to have Greg Plage, the new executive director at the American Heart Association. Greg, thanks so much for being on the show.
Oh, absolute pleasure to be here, Bob.
Greg, I know you've been with the Heart Association for a few short months. Tell us about your experience so far.
I've been overwhelmed by the amount of initiatives that the American Heart Association has. They're involved with research, public education, and advocacy at all levels. There's so many times that the American Heart Association is involved with your daily life that you just might not know about it. Every time CPR is administered, the American Heart Association is there with you. Every time you enter a building that's smoke-free, the American Heart Association is there with you. Every time an AED or defibrillator is used, the American Heart Association is there with you. And of course, through our research, every time you, a relative, or a colleague goes into the OR for cardiovascular surgery, the American Heart Association is there with you.
Greg, what is the biggest goal for the American Heart Association in general?
Well, the American Heart Association has a pretty lofty goal. It's called the 2020 Health Impact Goal. And what they're trying to do is improve the cardiovascular health of 20% of Americans and reduce the death from heart disease by over 20% by the year 2020. And I'm absolutely thrilled to be part of it. And the way we're trying to do that is through public education. This morning I was at an event where we were teaching local corporate executives some simple steps that they could take to improve cardiovascular health in the workplace. And we actually got it endorsed by one of our local medical professionals to come in and show us the effects that those steps were taking on some local residents' cardiovascular health.
Now, you're obviously a national organization, but you're not on the national side. You're on more of the local side. Isn't that correct?
That is. Our national organization puts together all of our research, allocates our grant money with the top scientists around the country, and put together medical journals, and really distribute the materials so that the medical community can benefit from them. On the local level, we're out there doing the grassroots campaigns, the advocacy, getting people involved with the state legislature and municipal legislatures to try to change things on that local level. Mm-hmm. We're working with local corporations to support our activities and really raise awareness. We do that through a series of campaigns. The most visible, I think, would be the Go Red for Women campaign, which everybody is familiar with, which happens once a year. The big luncheon, which is a celebration of that campaign each spring in Greenwich. But March 1st is going to be the date of the event. It's going to be at the Hyatt in Greenwich, which has been each and every year for the last several years. So we're thrilled. February is Heart Awareness Month, so we want to celebrate the activities that we have in Heart Awareness Month on the first day of March, just so that we can get through all the activities that we have in February and have the big celebration right there following that big month of March.
Well, you're onto something. In the short time that you've been here on the local level, you're doing quite a lot. I mean, even today I know you've had quite a bit. So what are some of the goals, some of the activities outside of the Go for Red that you're trying to establish here within the community so we can help get that word out for you, Greg?
One of my first initiatives was to put together a series of corporate leadership breakfasts. We want to work with corporations on workplace wellness, giving them educational materials on what they can do to work with their employees and their labor force in order to live healthier lifestyles. And what we've found is that the American Heart Association has a certification for companies. They can apply to be a platinum certified heart healthy company based on criteria like access to gym, information on their own intranets for workplace wellness, healthy menu items in their cafeteria. We found that to be absolutely remarkable, the amount of local corporations that were interested in something like that, because ultimately having healthier employees are going to mean more productive employees, and it could possibly affect the bottom line of a corporation.
In the short time that you've been accustomed to Fairfield County, what is it about Stamford that you've enjoyed?
The city of Stamford has blown me away. The amount of support that this city gives to the local nonprofits is tremendous. I've worked with both large corporations that are based here in the city of Stamford as well as individuals, and it really is a city that gives back. I think it understands the value that nonprofits have in the local community, and let me tell you, they do everything they can to support the area's nonprofits, and it doesn't just stop here at the local level. The support that this area gives us in the American Heart Association relates to research dollars, which can really affect the entire country. So we want to thank the people of Stamford and the surrounding area for all the support that they've given the organization over the years, and let them know how much we appreciate it.
To get involved, what would you suggest if they want to get involved with your organization? I know you want to get people. That's one of your charters as a executive director.
Sure. Well, when I was recruited to the organization, one of the things that appealed to me was the fact that it doesn't just, and while we're there to help people that have had issues or complications with their cardiovascular health, this is an organization that touches everybody. We're there to help prevent these issues from happening through the public education. We're there in the legislature to advocate for people so that it's possible for them to live a healthier lifestyle. And when something does go wrong, the research dollars are really there to help people overcome any complications that they might have. So when we put together our activities and our campaigns, it's really geared at everybody. We have some upcoming activities. On October 13th, we're doing our annual Heart Walk, which is going to be at Sherwood Island in Westport. It's absolutely beautiful venue for something like that, but it's also a great cause. And people have been so receptive because I think they understand no matter where they are, what walk of life, this isn't a disease or a complication that affects a specific gender or race or even a particular age group. It does affect everybody, so the support we've gotten from the community has been absolutely tremendous. And we also have an activity in Westchester County at Kensico Dam. That's on October 20th. But I think the one that will really appeal to the people in Stamford is October 13th at Sherwood Island.
Greg, how do people get in contact with the American Heart Association?
You can visit heart.org, which is the main American Heart Association website. If you just type in your local zip code, it will take you to our offices, which are actually in Purchase, New York. But we do a lot of work here in the city of Stamford, as you know. And if anybody has any questions, they can call the office directly. That phone number is 914-640-3261.
Wonderful. We want to wish you, on behalf of the It's Relevant crew, all the best. And I want to thank everybody again for joining in for the Bob Hagan Show. Have a great day. Take care.